Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. If I can get a little bit of mic on my mic. Yes, indeed. It's We the People. It's another We the People. Welcome to 2015, 2015. It's January the 7th. It's Wednesday. It'll sound a little fuzzy, but we'll still make it through. This is another We the People show live, and that's no jive. We're coming from Jersey City, New Jersey, out of the US of A, right? Right in the studios of the GoPro Radio Network. If you'd like to call in, I'll give you this number right now, 646-716-9954, 646-716-9954. Guess what? It's a new year. I don't know what you're doing this year. I hope that you left all the bad habits and bad stuff and bad people and just bad in the year that just left, okay? Let's try to make something new happen this year. Let's try to be better. Let's try to be more progressive or more productive. Let's try to make it happen. You know, last year we talked about a lot of problems on this program, and we talked about what a lot of people were experiencing in terms of injustice and the effects of injustice and how to deal with it and how to recognize it and how to cope. You know, this new year, let's talk about some solutions. Let's talk about recognizing the flaws in the system so we can try to avoid it. You know, because everyone has a right to due process of law, and we need to keep that in our mind. We all have a right to due process of law. Everyone has the right to be treated fairly. You know, it's called equal protection under the law. Whether you have money, you don't have money, white, black, yellow, brown, anything in between, Martian, you know, or someone from the planet, whatever. You have a right to be treated fairly. So that's what they tell us. I mean, that's what the Constitution tells us. I mean, we the people control the government, and it shouldn't be the government controlling the people. They're not our bosses. We are their bosses. We give them, and actually we loan them our power to make sure that everybody is treated fairly and we get certain services provided to us equally. Okay? I mean, I really want you guys to understand. I know you're out there and you're trying to get over your situation. You're kind of stumped a little bit. You've been, I don't know, you've been beat up by the system. There's no other way to put it. You've been beat up by the system. You're trying to get back up on your feet. You're trying to recognize who you are, where you're going, what you have to do, how to do it. You got to talk to the right people. If you talk to the wrong people, if you talk to outsiders that are unfamiliar about what has happened to you, it's going to be very difficult for you to get back on the right track because they don't know. And they're not trying to steer you in the wrong direction. They just really don't know. Okay, now I'm going to go through a couple of things here, and I want you to understand that at some point you're going to encounter injustice. And if you tune into the show, to We the People, every Wednesday from 6 until 7 right here on the GoPro Radio Network, we're going to give you some pointers to help you not fall deep into the injustice kind of thing from the system. All right, we're going to try to keep you afloat, try to show you how to survive, sort of like a survival kit. But we're going to give it to you in bits and pieces because when you're under this type of stress, it's very hard to take it in and to understand it all because there's so much going on in your head. Why me? Why did this happen? They didn't treat me right. My attorney didn't properly represent me. What went wrong? Why did this happen to me? So when this type of thing does happen to you, you want to network with people, the people that know what they're talking about, not people that don't know. Because a lot of times we go to family, we go to friends, and they're like, hey, man, if they said that you owe X amount of dollars in child support, man, you should just pay it. And despite the fact that, your baby mama or your ex-wife, she's spending the money on somebody else, or even if it's a female situation, you just got to know what your rights are. If you know what your rights are, you can better protect yourself and your children, your family, and against injustice. So remember, you always want to speak to people that are in the know, not people that don't know. And you want to network with people that know, and not people necessarily on the outside. The people on the outside should either be friends or family, and that should be a social type of thing. But when you are a victim, when you are a targeted individual, as some people might put it, you have to talk to people that are not really way gone with it, but people that have a real understanding about what's happening and how to deal with it in order to bring yourself out of it. Because there are answers and there are solutions. Don't think that they're not. Now, here's another one. Never, ever, I'm going to say this again, you can be anywhere around the world because the Go Pro Radio Network is transmitting this message that I'm speaking to you right now around the globe. Wherever you are, never, ever consider taking your life. Never, ever consider taking your life. Don't feel that you're in a corner. Don't feel that there's no answers. Don't feel that nobody can help you. Don't feel that there's no way out. There is a way out. Okay, you're taking your life. You're considering that. Why? You could be that very special person that can change the whole situation, that can turn it around. You can be the one to make it all happen. One person can make a difference. All right. And just keep in mind, suicide can never be an option. Never, ever, never, ever. Okay. Try to reach out, call somebody, at least give somebody a chance to convince you that it's not the way to go. You can at least do that. Don't just take it. The life is so precious. Oh, man, just think your mother carries you for 9 months, all she had to go through to bring you into this world, and you're just going to end it because of a situation? No way. It shouldn't be that way. Another thing here is that we must work together. A lot of people that fall under the system's, the system's evilness, that's a nice way of putting it without using other words. If you fall under the system's evilness, if you are a victim of injustice, we all need to network together. We have to support one another. We have to be independent of the system. Of course, if you're a targeted individual, if you're a victim of the system, yes, if you try to fight back, they're going to try to retaliate because you have these little entities inside government that are trying to be, I call them mini systems. And they're going to fight you back. Yeah, sure. If you oppose what they're trying to inflict on you, yes, they're going to fight back. It's just natural. Survival technique. It's natural for them to try to fight and protect their job. That's what they're trying to do. They're protecting their job, their career. They're protecting their salary that's coming from the taxpayers. They're protecting it. But we, the people, have to be smarter than that. So some of the things that you want to do is you want to try to be independent. If you work for the system, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to fight the system that you're working for. You're going to need some kind of strategy. So you need to talk to somebody that really, really knows. And I'm not going to promote myself. I'm out there. People know what I'm about. This is a new year. I decided that I'm not going to be as as available as I was before, and people abused my presence, my time, my knowledge, my blood, sweat, and tears of myself and my family. Um, I need to know that you have made up your mind that this is what you want to do. When you begin to fight against the system, it is an extremely difficult task, and it's something that you have to be sure that this is what you really want to do, because they're going to retaliate. Know in your mind and your heart that they're going to retaliate, and this is one of the reasons why you have to be independent of the system. You have to have your own business, and like I said a few minutes ago, you need to support people that and network with people that are in the know, that are experiencing some of the same things that you are experiencing or have experienced or they have experienced, and they can kind of like step you through it. If they have their own business, you want to support them. If you have your own business, they should support you. We should support each other. And you know why? Because the system supports the system. Why shouldn't we support each other? It would seem almost like we're working against ourselves if we don't support each other in this fight. And we're all in the fight together. We are. We really are. So the support for one another has to be there. You can't talk about it and say you're going to do it and not do it. You have to do it. And it's going to hurt, because we're going up against a really finely tuned, corrupt mechanism. And it may not be as corrupt as the word corruption, but it's working against us. So I'm using corrupt in terms of that sense, that it works against the people. And the system should not work against the people. It should work for the people. And that's the way we, the people, design the system, so it can work for the people. Just like to remind you that you're in tune to We the People, and my name, which I really don't like to mention that much, because I believe it's more the information than who I am. I think the information is more important than who I am. That's what I believe. I'm Sonny B. Southerland Sr., the founder of the People's Advocacy Group, who is a part sponsor of this program, along with the GoPro Radio Network. And we need you guys to really support. You don't support. The last show, last year, before this new year, back in 2014, I was actually getting on the guys, because the guys don't support. They support, all the athletic things and all the unnecessary things, and not the things that support the family. The family is the key to this society. And it seems to be a stronghold with other societies that we consider less fortunate than ours. And they value the family. But we're supposed to be so highly educated and technical and advanced. We don't seem to put too much emphasis on family. I mean, in everyday practice. I mean, it's on paper. The Supreme Court has recognized and making a lot of decisions that the family is the fiber, the foundation of this country. But we, the people, don't honor that, because the family is broken up into so many different areas. But we need to support the foundation, the basic foundation of the family: mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, cousin, aunt, those things. Our pet dog, our fish. If you're in a rural area, certain animals, they become your pets. They become part of your family. We need to support the family, and it's very important. And we're not doing that. And like I was saying about the guys, you got to get out. You got to make it happen. There's a lot of good guys out there. And what is happening with the media is the bad guys get all the media to make all guys look bad, that they don't support their children. They cause broken families. They leave the home. They don't help raise the children. But what about the dads that do? And we kind of overlook that. And the way the system has shifted so far, even with the child support, oh man, the things they do to dads is unbelievable. A mom can put a dad in jail because she doesn't like the dad's new girlfriend. Just if he's late with child support, she can go and ask for more child support. She can actually make an allegation that the dad is making more than what he's making, and the court, without evidence. Are you listening to me? Or wherever you are you listening to me? Because you're not going to believe this. The court, without evidence, will raise the dad's child support to the point to where the dad cannot afford it, and he eventually winds up in jail because the mother will go for enforcement of the child support. Can you believe that? And it happens all the time. There's a lot of dads that are working under that kind of situation. Why would you take a dad that's struggling with a job? He's already out the home because the mom had him put out for whatever reason, and he's struggling making child supports, trying to maintain the living lifestyle of the family that he was just kicked away from, evicted from, and now you put him in jail. There's no way for him to catch up. It's almost a losing situation. But there are answers to that. We're going to be right back. This is We the People. You're on the GoPro Radio Network. If you'd like to support us here at the GoPro Radio Network, just go to www.goproradio.com. We'll be right back shortly.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, service, talent, or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 212-696-8562 or visit www.goproradio.com and you'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your very own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
What if you can have an entire team of skilled professionals to help your business grow? Admin, accounts, marketing, and more, but only pay for the exact amount of support you need at virtually the same cost you'd pay for one full-time employee. With Virtual Professions, you can. One contact, one number gets you a team of virtual professionals for exactly what your business needs. It's 1-888-315-VPRO. That's 1-888-315-8776. Or online at www.virtualprofessions.net. Virtual Professions Incorporated, because you mean business. What if you can have an entire team of skilled...
Yeah, here at the GoPro Radio Network. And we are definitely back. And here we do have a skilled team of professionals working to make your product or business really happen. So you should give us a call here at the GoPro Radio Network and make it happen for you. All right? The number here to call is 201-479-8880. That's 201-479-8880. That's GoPro Radio Network. If you have a product or you have a service, or let's just say you want people to know what you're doing, you can have your very own program on the GoPro Radio Network. That's right. Call and find out. I'll give you that number again, 201-479-8880. And let's welcome ourselves back to We the People. My name is Sonny B. Southerland Sr. I'm the founder of the People's Advocacy Group. It's been in existence for, 1997. We are your grassroots human and civil rights watchdog, all right, advocating for the people. And we are We the People, and that's the name of the program. And getting back to what I was discussing about this new year, because you want to do things that are more progressive and you want to stop being a victim of the system, crying about, oh, they did this to me, they did that to me. Okay, we realize what has happened. Now, what are we going to do? All right. Are we going to put the fire out, or are we going to stand there and watch it burn down to the ground? No, we're going to put the fire out, because every human being has what they call a survival instinct. Let your survival instinct kick in, and let's network. Let's talk to people that know what they're talking about. Some attorneys are good, but not all are going to give you the type of advice that you need as a we the people. And what I mean by that is that an attorney is part of the system. And I want you to understand that when we go to attorneys, and not all attorneys are bad, not all attorneys are good, but they have an obligation. And that obligation is to the system. The system has licensed them to practice law. Key word, practice law. What does the word practice? Google it. What does it mean? Google it. All right? And their obligation is to who gave them that license. So they'll help you to some degree. They'll guide you to some degree. But you need to know the information yourself. You need to empower yourself so you can go further than just someone telling you what your rights are. You're supposed to know. You're a citizen of this country, aren't you? I just found out recently that for someone to become a citizen of the United States, they have to study the Constitution. They have to know. We are, I guess, fortunate. We were born here, we live here, or we've been here long enough, and a lot of us don't even know. A lot of us don't know what all our amendments or what the Bill of Rights mean. A lot of us don't know. Nobody knows what the 14th Amendment is. Nobody knows what the Fourth Amendment is. What about the First Amendment? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. I think you should look it up. I think you should make yourself aware. The more that you know, the more power that you have, the more control that you can have over a situation that might occur. Hopefully it hasn't. And if it has, you still need to study so you can bring yourself out of that whole victim state and be a victor. Okay? Stop being a victim. Stop crying about what happened. Now it's time to get up and make a change. You make the change. Make the change happen in your life. It's your life. Why not make the change? Don't depend on nobody else. Don't blame nobody else. You get up and say, okay, this is a new year. This is what I'm going to do. I'm tired of them beating up on me, whether it's a child support issue, whether it's a domestic violence issue and you can't get out of the relationship. I'm tired of getting beat up. I'm tired of being tired, and I'm not going to take it no more. Remember that movie? I'm not going to take it no more, okay? Don't take it anymore. Take control of your life. It's your life. Why not take control of it? I decided I'm going to take control of my life. I'm going to stop wasting time with people that waste my time. If you're serious, I'm with you. If you're going in the right direction and we have something in common, I'm with you 100%. But if you're starting to drift off, I'm sorry. I can't do the drifting. If I'm on a highway and I'm driving, I got to stay in lane. That's the law. I don't want to confuse somebody else, and I don't want nobody else to confuse me. So if you're going in the right direction, you're doing the right thing, I'm with you. Let's do it. But let's not play no games with it because, like I said earlier, these people are serious. They have their system refined. It's a finely tuned mechanism. When you go up against the system, you better know what you're doing because they're not playing. This is their job. This is their bread and butter. This is how they survive. This is how they put their kids to school. This is how they pay their mortgage. This is how they make their retirement money, what it is. This is how they pay for whatever they're paying for. Okay, this is how they survive. This is your life. This has to take priority over their priorities because this is you. This is happening to you in real time. And you need to take responsibility. Yeah, we go through a little period where we feel down and we feel like, why me? But that can't be a long time. It has to be a very short time. Okay, why me? All right, it is me. Now, what am I going to do for me? It has to be, you have to go and snap into survival mode. And there's a couple of things you need to be aware of when you're fighting the system because there's all type of traps. So I got down here, beware of traps. They have traps in the school system. If your children are in school, they'll trap you that way with making false allegations to CPS about your children's dressing, the way they dress. They're not properly groomed, or their education they didn't get no sleep. They look malnutrition, and that starts another mechanism. Okay, so they use the schools and our children when they want to retaliate against us. In the medical, be careful. A lot of people go running to doctors, and I'm not saying you shouldn't go run to a doctor if that's what you believe in. fine, but just ask questions. It is your right to ask questions. Doctor, what is this? Why are you giving me this? What are the after effects of this? Tell me so I can weigh it. I want to be an informed patient. Okay, the dentist. Oh boy, there's a lot of controversy with the fillings and stuff like that. There's a lot of new type of dentistry applications going on. Ask questions. Don't make yourself a victim. Don't just come in and sit down in a chair and say, just do me any way you want. Know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and what's going to happen, what type of technique they're going to use, if there's going to be an after effect, if you're going to be out, can you have somebody in the room? I can tell you about a situation where a girl was molested while she was sitting in a dental chair and she was under anesthesia. Okay, those things do happen. And the only thing you have to do is be smart, protect yourself. Just don't put yourself in a very vulnerable situation and then blame somebody else afterwards because you didn't think. When you go out partying and having fun, and I'm not saying not to have fun, you need to have some type of release. If you're drinking, watch your drinks, be careful what you drink, never leave a drink unattended. Make sure that if you're going out drinking, you bring somebody with you. And of course, everybody knows don't drink and drive. You just don't want to do that. And keep your guard up. You want to keep your guard up. Don't drink and get loose and then let somebody take advantage of you. Don't do that. If you want to have some type of fun, make sure the fun is consensual. Make sure that you're sober. Make sure that you know what you're doing. All right, because a lot of females put themselves in that kind of situation and they don't realize the vultures are out there waiting. Okay, so just know what you're doing. Be informed. Just be informed. Don't go in it being blind. All right, we're trying to get you to understand and to be aware and to keep your eyes open. All right. Now, also, when you're a targeted individual, try not to be alone a lot. Alone is not a good thing. Alone allows your subconscious to play all types of guilt trips and imaginary things in your mind. And it can lead to depression, and it can lead to a stage where you might decide to end it all. And we don't want that to happen. So try to set your lifestyle up so there's always somebody around that's responsible. So even if you do reach a low point, they can bring you back up. Okay, it'll work. But remember, when you're fighting against the system, you're going to have all these mechanisms in place because you're going to have a low period, and you're going to need somebody to what do they call it in the fighting game? A hype man. You're going to need a hype person to hype you up. Hey, Tony, you can do it, man. Come on. Don't let them get to you like that. Oh, tomorrow's going to be another day. Things are going to look better. Come on, Tony, get yourself together. Sit down, read your papers over again. Maybe you missed something. Maybe there's a law that you can look up and find it. Maybe they forgot about it or they didn't apply it properly. Maybe if you read the transcripts, maybe you can find out where they made their mistake, and then you can find your way in through that avenue. You need somebody around you that can keep you, motivated. Yes, you got to stay motivated because you're fighting against a finely tuned system that's designed to break you down and to get you to stop fighting. They don't want you to fight. They want you to submit to their power. Once you submit to their power, we the people don't have the power anymore because the power we loan to them, they're trying to make it onto themselves, and they try to get us to submit to their power when they don't have any power. They only have the power that we allow them to have. It's a game. Don't get caught up in the game. Oh, man, to survive, to fight against the system, you must learn to be smart and really, really be smart. If you haven't been smart, and because you weren't smart, you became a victim, now it's time to smarten up, okay? We're going to take another break. This is the GoPro Radio Network, and you can support us And just go to our website, www.goproradio.com, and just click through everything. Check us out. A lot of good stuff up there. There's a lot of good stuff up there. We're going to be right back. This is We the People. My name is Sonny B. Southerland, Sr.
Got a little story.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, service, talent, or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 212-696-8562 or visit www.goproradio.com, and you'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your very own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head. The views and opinions expressed on GoPro Radio Network shows are solely those of the speakers and are not necessarily the views or opinions of GoPro Radio Network Inc. or its affiliates. These broadcasts are provided on the understanding that they do not constitute professional advice or services. Individuals who speak on these broadcasts express their own opinions, experiences, and conclusions. GoPro Radio Networks and its affiliates do not necessarily endorse or oppose any particular opinion or conclusion discussed in these broadcasts. You may not edit or modify or redistribute these broadcasts in any way without the express permission from GoPro Radio, LLC. GoPro Radio assumes no liability for any of your activities in connection with our broadcast or for your use of these broadcasts in connection with your website, computer, smartphone, tablet, iPad, or future listening devices. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head. You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network.
It's content definitely developed by the GoPro Radio Network, and that's what you are in tune to. And we are coming to you out of Jersey City, New Jersey, inside the U.S. of A, to those of you tuning into us around the world. Oh, boy, that was pretty interesting there. Getting back to what I was saying, you don't want to be alone. Always keep somebody around you, the pet, animal, friend. It has to be somebody that you trust. Remember this: when you fight against the system, they will come at you, and they will come at you in many ways. Don't be emotional in dealing with the system. Be smart. Oh, man, we let our emotions take control of us, and it takes us to a place where we can't control ourselves sometimes. Know that this will happen, and I want you to be prepared. Another thing, too, this is another way that they get you, is don't follow a pattern. Don't do the same thing the same way, the same time, every single day. Change up. Why not? Don't be predictable. Why are you going to make their job easy? You know they're coming after you, so why are you going to make it easy for you? And I'm not talking about somebody who's trying to flee law enforcement. I'm talking about individuals that have been wrongfully targeted by the system. And they're trying to fight the system back, and the system is just trying to survive. And they're fighting back against you, fighting back. Another thing, too, doing all this, you want to look out for your veterans, and because they apparently fought for this country, for our freedom. That's what they tell us. I have a different belief, but the bottom line is that our family members who go into the service, the military, they come back and they don't get the type of support that they were promised from the time that they left, and we have to be there for them because they're dealing with a lot of that, what they call it, post-traumatic stress syndrome, And another thing we want to look out for our seniors. Our seniors have the knowledge. They were here before us. Oh man, they dealt with a whole lot, and we really got to give it to them. And they can really give us the type of advice we need. They can give us motivation if we allow them to. Of course, it's a different time, and like, oh, Grandma, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, that was back in your time with the horse and buggy. But some of the things in terms of people and social issues that applied back in those days apply to these days. Some of those same techniques that are used against us are being used against us then, are being used against us now. And so they might have the answers. Remember, when you're looking for answers, when you're networking, you're trying to find somebody that knows what they're talking about, make sure it's somebody that you can trust, all right? And I really got to emphasize, let's support one another. Why not people that are out there that are going through this, that are listening to the program, why not support GoPro Radio? Why not support our network? We're not rich. We're reaching out to people because we know that there's a need out there. We know that a lot of people are not getting the information that they need. We know that major media is not supplying them the education on how to sustain the people, or people to sustain themselves against an unjustified assault on a particular person. Or put it another way, you're about with injustice. They don't teach us that in school. They don't teach us how to deal with injustice in the school. So let's educate each other. Let's support each other. So support the GoPro Radio Network so we can continue to bring you this good content and information and education to empower you to deal with the system. Because if you don't have the information, you're going to have to take your last bottom dime and hire an attorney, and it's not going to be cheap. Not at all. There's some things that you can do on your own. You can actually assist the attorney by having knowledge about your rights and how the system is supposed to work. Oh, yes, you can help in your own case. Yeah. Wow. Just thinking about it, I'm worried about some people because sometimes we get to a point to where you can't talk. We're so bombarded by our emotions that we can't even see. I want you to be able to see. I want you to be able to understand. And we're going to try it again and give out the number that if anyone like to call in for this new year to the program, it's 646-716-9954. 646-716-9954. This is We the People. My name is Sonny B. Southerland, your host and part-time producer. My other producer, Mr. Tylon Washington, gave me some information about a situation that was happening in upstate New York about a man who was wrongfully convicted. And he died after he received a $7.5 million lawsuit win after spending 9 years behind bars. What do you think about that one? Didn't Arsenio Hall used to say things that make you go, But anyway, I just want people to know that it's important that you have a clear mind, that when you decide that you want to fight against any type of act of injustice against you or family member, that it's a conscious decision that you decide to make and that you know that there's going to be certain sacrifices. Also, like to remind you that we have a program that runs on BCAT out of Brooklyn or at www.bcat.tv. It's called the People's Advocacy Group Presents PAG Magazine, and it airs every Wednesday at 2:30 p.m. and at 10:30 p.m. Okay, and it's been running for about 15 years, and it's a good program. I produce it myself. It's on Cablevision Channel 67 if you're in Brooklyn, on Time Warner Channel 34, Brooklyn, Staten Island. Everywhere else, it's on RCN Cable Channel 82 and Verizon Cable Channel 42. But getting back to We the People, we're here every Wednesday, and we want to educate you. We want to bring you up to a level to make you self-sustaining, at least to the point to where when you do decide to hire an attorney, the attorney can come in and do the right thing for you, and you can get the most money out of your attorney that you can afford to pay them. Really. So once again, the number is 646-716-9954. If you don't call in, and if you're sitting back, I hope you're taking notes. I hope you're understanding what's going on. I hope that even if you're feeling down, don't feel down. This is a new year. You need to bring yourself up. You need to bring yourself up to another level. You can't let what happened before stop you. You've got it's your natural instinct to survive, to strive, to be better. You want to be better this year. You want to move from being in a state of being a victim, being victimized by the system, to a state of being a victor, taking control of your situation. You can actually flip it on your oppressor. You can make your oppressor answer to you. You can make your oppressor prove to you that they have the authority to do what they're doing to you. You can do that. You have that power. The only thing you have to do is assert the power. You have the power. Like the record says, I got the power. You got the power, baby. You just got to use it. You got to know that you have it and use it to bring yourself up to another level. And that level is justice. That level is being successful. That level is winning. And you can do it. I've done it. I know a lot of people that have done it. I've worked with a lot of people and have shown them how to do it. You can do it. Yes, you can. Don't allow the system to bring you down. Remember, this is something that we put into place to protect all people, okay? And this show is like we're an effort. We're trying to do an effort to reach out to people and educate them of their rights and how not to be and stay a victim of injustice. Get up, stand up, get on your feet. You can do it. You'd be surprised the power that you have. You'd be surprised the power of a pen and a piece of paper, submitting a motion in. You'd be surprised. Guess what? The court is probably just waiting for you to say the right thing so they can apply justice in your particular case. But if you don't say it, they're not going to help you. They're going to sit there and they're going to watch you just float down the river. They're going to watch you drown. And you know why? Because it's not their job to help you. It's your job to help you. Okay? And the only thing you have to do is know that you have the power. We'll give you some of the information, and the rest is going to be your responsibility to get, or you get with a group or organization or a person that knows, and it bring you to a certain level. You assert your rights, and they're going to be given to you. If you don't assert them, how do you even know you have them? Wow, amazing. A lot of people dealing with domestic violence situations. That's very unfortunate because there's a lot of emotion involved in that. People dealing with corruption. And corruption is just an entity trying to survive because the money is good to them and they don't want anyone to challenge their money-making entity. Okay? And that's my view of corruption. But guess what? If you show them that this is consistent and it's against you, it's against the law, hey, one person can make a big change. You could be that person to make a big change, and I think you are. I think you don't know the power that you have. I think you don't know that you can make a change. You can make a change. Only thing you have to do is get up. But guys, I got to get back on guys. I'm a guy, all right? And I took care of my kids, and I didn't have to do the child support thing. I was threatened with it a lot of times, and I had a couple of bouts with it. I have a few of my children that are going through it right now, and we're trying to work through that. And they are rude. They are very unprofessional. They deny people due process. They overcharge people. They participate. And write this down, because a lot of people are dealing with child support issues. A lot of people are dealing with it. Okay? Write this down. Get a pen. I'll give you a second to get a pen, piece of paper. I'll just tell you about, once again, the GoPro Radio Network. Our studios are located in Jersey City, New Jersey. And we now broadcast not only on Wednesday from around 4-ish to 11, 12-ish. And sometime it varies depending on the program. We also broadcast on Friday. Oh, yeah. We got a DJ that's on board, and he does a house thing and the music and all kind of other stuff. And I kind of missed it last Friday, but I'd like to catch it this Friday. I'm going to be ready for it. I heard it's real nice. I heard some of the music that I used to play. And, you just got to tune into the GoPro Radio Network. If you want to know more, you can go to our website at www.goproradio.com, and everything is listed up there. I need to go there myself so I can get a listing. Coming up behind me will be the Earl Morgan Show, and he's from Jersey City, and he's been doing the whole journalistic thing for a very long time. He knows everybody out here. I'm just actually a visitor to Jersey City, and years ago, my dad used to live in Hoboken, and in fact, that's where he taught me how to drive. So I know a little bit about the area, but it's changed a lot. They're really building up, and it's like a mini village. The village in Lower Manhattan is like a mini village. It's really a nice area. But enough of that. Let's get back to this. It's important that you exercise your power, you know your power, and you make it happen for you, and that you don't let nobody take advantage of you. Yes, it's extremely emotional. You can fight back. There are answers, there are solutions to every single problem out there. There are solutions. The thing is, if you don't have the solution because you're talking to the wrong person and you haven't looked enough, the internet is not what it used to be. The internet used to be very helpful. When I was going through my fight for my children, the internet was people-based. And what I mean by that, there were a lot of people's input and information on the internet that made reference to individuals. Now the internet is more corporate, attorneys and big businesses, and you have to really search a whole lot to get a little bit of information. It's not as open as what it used to be. So it's out there. The information is there. It's not like you have to go to the library, even though you can still go to the library and get more information. A lot of people still do that. Law library, they still go to a regular library and they get information. You can still do that, but the internet is very convenient. This is the GoPro Radio Network. My name is Sonny B. Southerland. You're listening and viewing We the People show live, and we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back.
We the people. We the people. It's about we the people. We the people. We the people.
You're listening to content developed by the GoPro Radio Network, the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a great opportunity. If you have an event, product, service, talent, or something important to say, now is your chance. You can have your very own radio show. Whether you're just starting out or a veteran looking for a professional platform to enhance your presentation and following, the GoPro Radio Network is the premier place to cultivate and share new and exciting content. We can help you grow your audience and keep it growing long after your first broadcast. Now you have a voice. Call 212-696-8562 or visit www.goproradio.com, and you'll be amazed at how easy and affordable it is to have your very own professional radio show on the fastest growing network in the galaxy. GoPro Radio Network. Listen to the voices in your head.
Got a little story I want to tell you.
Oh, tell us about the story now.
Got a little story right now I want to tell you.
Tell us.
About we the people.
What you say?
We the people.
What did you say?
About we the people.
It's about we the people? Tell me some more.
We the people. We the people. We the people. Oh, we the people. We the people. We the people. We the people. Get it.
Oh, this is the part I like right here. Now, he's gonna really break it down.
When and we the people gonna be able to see it together. Together. Loving one another can be easier than lifting a feather. A feather. If you can love your brother, brother can love another. Whenever we the people understand one another, we the people can love each other. We the people. We the people. Gonna be able to sit together. Together. Loving one another can be easier than lifting a feather. A feather. If you can love your brother can love another. Whenever we the people understand one another, we the people can love each other.
Having some fun with Chuck Brown and the Soul Searchers. Wow, back from 1972 and We the People. In fact, that song came from the album of the same name, We the People. Yes, indeed. The late, great Chuck Brown. His music will live on forever. And we really appreciate the use of his music during the opening and closing of this program. And it's for the people to get the message that it is we the people. And we the people have to stop sitting back, pointing the finger at everybody else. It starts with us. We are the people. Stop talking about what they should do. Start doing what you should be doing. It's not them, it's us. It's all of us. We need to work together. We must forget about our individuals' prejudices that we may have. Oh, I don't like her because she thinks she look better and they make more money than I do. Their car's better than... Forget about that. When you go up against injustice, you're going to be treated the same no matter what type of injustice it is. Okay, I'm just telling you the way it is. I've dealt with thousands of people and thousands in all types of different situations and some things that you don't even want to deal with. Okay, and I had no choice. It was dealt. The hand was dealt to me. I had to deal with it. And I'm saying the hand that's dealt to you, deal with it. You have the power. You can do it. There's information out there. There are people. We're here. We're here every Wednesday from 6 until 7 p.m. I have the People's Advocacy Group. It's online. I have a Facebook page. I have a We the People Facebook page. I have the People's Advocacy Facebook page. Only thing you need is a smart device, and you go on the internet, and you can look up Sonny B. Southerland Sr. You can look up the GoPro Radio Network, and you will get connected to any and everybody. And from there, you'll be able to empower yourself to deal with just about any situation that you may be facing. All right, so we're in the new year, and just want to say Happy New Year if that's the kind of thing that you deal with, or season's greetings. And I don't know if Kwanzaa ended. I know that a couple of days ago was the Day of the Three Kings, and I think that was the end of that whole Christmas thing. But I think the Russians have another thing coming up. But anyway, whatever you celebrate, I hope it's a good one. Earl Morgan is coming up next, and he has a lot of action information that'll enhance your knowledge about what's happening in Jersey City and around the world. I'd like to thank Byron, his show, and he comes on before me. He has a very interesting educational show about history, and just want to thank all the people that make We the People possible here on the GoPro Radio Network. I'd like to thank Tyrone Cato and his wellness program, and the GoPro Radio Network and its staff for putting up with me all last year. Oh, man, did I give them a hard time. But we were working together, just like I speak about on the show. Work together, network together, and we can make it happen. We're making it happen here. We need you to support us, and you can go to www.goproradio.com and find out how to support us, to keep us giving the information to you so that empower you to fight against injustice. Sonny B. Southerland Sr. Until next Wednesday at 6 p.m. here on the GoPro Radio Network. Stay informed. Peace.
Gonna keep moving, gonna go to town. I come up, get down.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.